got gas, we got whole gang of pushers. Hey, look, we got packs, we got gats, we got whole gang of pushers. Don't think shit sweet, yo, feel this pain, just some dirty looking. You pocket watching, bet you feel this pocket rocking. Hit your noggin, family crying, they can't see you in that coffin. Hey, I'm ballin', spending money, packin' with the loudest. I up in my lungs, had me coughing, sipping on some proper. Hey, bitches on my line, trying to.
All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the PaccGang podcast. You know, you're here with La Familia and Packkingz, of course, myself, Rickyjames. And we got some real special guests for y'all today, man. Some real great people we met recently, 1937 and Packkingz. And, man, we about to chop it up real quick, talk ventures, talk everything, talk what we all into and, get down to business for real.
Yeah, man, we got the 1937 group in today, man. We want to give them a big shout out and thank you, man, for coming in and joining us today, man. We really appreciate it, man. And they brought some supportive guests along with them. We got to talk about them soon.
No, man, for real. Thank you for having us, man. We're glad to be here, kicking it with the PaccGang. Talk a little bit about myself. My name is Ambrose Jackson, CEO of the 1937 group. You know, I'll go ahead and pass it over here to my right for these brothers to introduce themselves.
Yo, what up, man? My name is Ray, also with the 1937 group, also with El Coam. So I'm just here, just happy for the invite, man. Happy to be along this smoke sesh with PaccGang.
Sure. No
Dope, dude, dope.
Peace. Jason Lee Garcia, Chicago's Cannabis Consigliere, representing Connexus. That's CANNEXUS. Just excited to chop it up with the Packkingz, 1937, and peace, Chicago.
All right, on a Monday, baby.
On a Monday.
You know what I'm saying?
Hello. Kind of high, kind of, buzzing. We feel good. It's a beautiful day on a Monday. It's good to be here, y'all.
Beautiful Monday.
Great day.
No doubt, man.
Nice as hell outside, man.
So, okay, as far as the 1937 group goes, I wanted to ask a few questions. Like, man, how did it come about? What's the idea behind the 1937 group? Like, what was the thought process behind it when you started it?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, with everything that we do, there's always a meaning and intent behind it. And so with the 1937 group, specifically the 1937 is a reference to the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937, right? And we look at that as kind of an act that started laying the foundation for prohibition in America, but even more so, just paved the way for mass incarceration of black and brown folks, right? And that was done deliberately, starting with that Tax Act of 1937, and that resulted in a lot of domino effect type impact within our community. And so like now that weed is legal, right, and you see all these white folks that are making billions of dollars, and we over here on the outside, it's like for us it's always like 1937 is an opportunity to just remind people, like who really this industry's back was built off of, right. And now that it's legal, who should really be seeing some of the upsides of it, instead of being locked out. So that's kind of the meaning behind the 1937 group, and we always want to, come from a place and everything that we do, like kind of like thinking about like our roots and our foundation. So,
Yeah, man. Like for real, 1937. It started the Prohibition, right? Locked up all the black and brown. In 15 years, that'd be 100 years ago, bro. That's crazy, and it's still illegal, federally. Wow. So we're barely, hitting. I don't even want to say hitting the ground. Like It's even worse than that, you know what I mean? And then like Ambrose said, we don't even have minorities selling it legally. That percentage is like close to nothing. So yeah, it's crazy, man.
Like literally little to none, right?
Yeah, closer to none.
And on top of that, our people are still in jail. Our people are still getting killed, criminalized, and we still carry the stigma. So 1937 is, I think, kind of similar with Packkingz, and we're breaking down the stigma. We're showing that it's just real people with good values, and we're here to continue our story.
Man, that's respect. That's deep too. I had no idea coming into the meaning behind that, and truly, especially what weed does for people in general. Then I think y'all got a great concept behind you, and people are gonna ride with that.
Yeah,
much respect.
That's like when we met and we were talking about it. That's why I told him, I was like, man, everything you just told me, I want to repeat it to him. But,
Right, it's like-
but how about we do a podcast and you explain it to them, what you just told
Nah,
me.
it's dope. Hell yeah.
I was like, that's like a whole thing. So I didn't even repeat it to them, nothing that you told me. That's why I was like, that's dope as fuck.
Yeah, no, man.
Y'all now definitely trying to empower people to do better. And
It's
that's
like a whole
something
different
that
meaning
we
behind it.
represent as well. That, just want to spread love and just
For sure. It's like what we do is
Well,
help empower people. That's what we do, is made ourselves like a platform to help people.
Hell yeah, we ain't here to fuck around, bro.
So that's what we did, and it was the same thing. So
time is money. baby.
love, man.
All right, that's why we fuck with y'all.
That's dope. And that's why I didn't explain it to them, because I wanted you to do that shit.
Hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
So that was like all right, you got like the 1937. When do you feel like y'all were established yourselves? When did that group really come together?
Man, it started in 2018. Just like a few of us, and then 2019 is when we really went hard and added like what we consider to be the core group of the team. It's probably about 6 of us that just been rocking hard ever since 2019. Doing everything that needs to be done. Like, that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like pulling up your bootstraps. You ain't got a lot of money, but we figure it out.
No doubt. That's what it's about.
You know what I'm saying?
Play your
Everybody plays
part.
their role,
For sure.
So, like, that's how we've been able to be successful. And then over time, it's just being real judicious about who you let in your circle. Because, like, once you got a certain
100%.
good thing going, it's like you let the wrong person in, and all of a sudden now the shit's all getting fucked up, So just growing smartly and adding people to the team. Like Jason here, you know what I'm saying, a good brother, got a great head on his shoulders, has a lot to offer, you know what I'm saying, and he's cool people. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, we fuck with each other.
Real recognize real.
That's super dope.
Yeah, well, I do want to just clarify because I'm the attorney. I'm not 1937's attorney. I am truly a friend, and a fan of these brothers over here. I met you guys back in 2018, 2019, but we didn't jade out until last year when Ray brought me on. And yeah, that's what it is. I'm the attorney, but I've been in the traditional market for 25 years. And, the code that I learned from there to survive and become successful, honor, integrity, loyalty. Right. And that's what the 1937 group was. He straight up, we broke bread. We talked about our values, and then we talked about this opportunity in front of us. And then from there, that's when we
words and
decided
actions,
how we
man.
do it. Yep, follow through with the actions, right?
Yeah, I mean that's a key thing too, though. Is just like understanding your values, right, and like being able to look at people and see how they conduct themselves and see how they interact with other people, and then just understand whether or not their values match yours or not.
And it's not even about matching values, sure, but it's not even about matching got people who throw in whatever time they can. Some people keep it real with what they can do, and we see everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, being real with what you can do, right? That's important, just as important as being real with what you can't do. You know what I'm saying? And that's where that kind of just ties back into the whole team, component of how we do what we're able to do.
Exactly.
Like, how we're able to do so much, too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're out here, like, you know what I'm saying, every day. On top of that, you know what I'm saying, starting multiple businesses on the cannabis side. We got this this little podcast video ourselves, a video series that we shot that we're putting it out. That's real dope, man, called Rolling with Pacckingz. It's like highlighting different like superstars in Chicago in their own right. You know what I'm saying? And kind of just bringing that culture together and the community together, really. And then we got this KVL flower ball that's popping off. Tickets just went on sale today.
What's that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
Tell us more about your
so
event coming up or something like that.
Yeah. So
so that's something that go ahead.
yeah, so so KVL International Flower Ball, it's going to be on November 5th. Tickets go on sale today. But what it is it's like a combination of like a fashion show and a cannabis expo. So it's like a cannabis expo for fashionistas, but there's like a real fashion runway show as part of it. And, it's like, a bunch of different like brands are going to be there from across the country. It's like, we get a lot of love, not just, from Illinois, you know what I'm saying? Like Illinois has got like a little baby market, hasn't even kicked off. You know what I'm saying? So we've been real good about going out and making partners with other folks, in Cali, in the Pacific Northwest, in New Jersey, New York, people that, are just like us, So So yeah, I mean, like that's the idea with the flower ball is to just, you know what I'm saying, bring those two worlds together, like the cannabis community and like the fashion community, and you know, help people understand that they're not really two different communities, right? It's like people in the fashion world all smoke weed, like, you know, not all of them, but same thing with music, you know what I'm saying? Like people smoke weed, so it's like it's not two different communities, really. You know, they're one, right? There's a lot of overlap, and so
And breaking the stigma between, like, I feel like weed in the next community is a big thing too, because a lot of people are traditional and just don't understand in general.
yeah.
But then again, a lot of people are curious and want to try it, and or do it secretly, and
Well,
are waiting for events to be thrown like that.
Well,
to
I mean, the thing
really-
about it is just like, again, like the stigma, getting away with the stigma, because like, you know, number one, I hate when I go to all these cannabis expos around the country, and it's like you walk in there and you're doing your thing, and like nobody's able to even smoke weed. Like you can't even smoke weed
Right,
in
you
these
can't even
cannabis expos, right? So like, you know, I wanted to try and put an event together where it was 420 friendly, where, you know what I'm saying, you could like do your own thing and be you, but at the same time, like more of an upscale type of vibe. And like that's what's unique of it. Like the fashion forward leaning of it is what's unique, and that really all comes from this guy. Like that's where I got the idea from, because he's, you know, he's put on like 50 plus fashion shows himself. Like that's what he does as part of his day.
Yeah. So speaking of that and on that, thanks, Ambrose. We haven't even started our casting call yet for the runway show. So for those models out there, male and female, keep an eye out for that, because we will post that. We'll tap Packkingz on it as well, and let everybody know when our casting call is going to be. So definitely for you models to come out, jump out, see what you guys can do with that.
Y'all tap in. Y'all make sure y'all tap in for that shit. And
No, a
might
couple
clip that.
people
We could clip that.
Yeah.
Make a little clip of that so we could tag y'all in for you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we appreciate that.
Send your portfolios in, get known.
And throw in them comp cards, man. Go ahead and email me or tag the
Yeah, we'll
IG
tag
or whatever
your
you
rave
want,
done
man.
by Designs and
I'll definitely reach out.
1937 Group.
For those that don't know, those IGs are actually, they're answered by us. Like we're
so
on
for
them
sure.
we're answering the questions. So it's not, we don't have a social media manager yet to take care of all that yet for us. So, you know, there's,
I do more the majority of
yeah,
it.
he does a lot more of it. You know, and I'm being for real though. I'm being for real though. But that's another position that's open. You know what I mean? For people to apply, like for real, like
Boom, there they
these
are.
companies,
Understand that.
and it's gonna go back down to these companies. They're all started by us, by this group, and they're all ran by us. You know what I mean? So we have our own lives and our family, and then 10 companies we probably put together in the past 3 years, and trying to take care of all this. You know what I mean? And we're doing it ourselves.
Multiple sources of income. Baby.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that all kicks in later. That shit ain't happening right now.
They're like all related to each
Yeah.
other too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like once you get
Nothing
into
happens
it.
overnight though.
Nah, hell no, bro. That's just, that never quit. Keep trying that shit.
But the main thing though is like, you know, is like to just whatever you do, you gotta do it right. You know what I'm saying? Like execution is key. And like that's what we really focus on, even though we're doing a lot of different things. It's just like the reason we can is because we have people on our team with those strengths, right? Like I don't know nothing about running no fashion show, you know,
Right.
but like that's why I lean on this guy right here, you know. I know a lot about cannabis expos and just weed in general and what people like, you know.
Right.
So that's what I bring.
Everyone's got a role. Big
So
or small.
it's one and one together.
Yeah,
Makes a
and
big show.
and the most important thing, especially with what you said, and it's something I always say, man, in every other podcast I go or any interviews, it's when you have a good team and everyone's willing to just shut the fuck up sometimes, or everyone's willing to say, hey, I don't know how to do this. It's that honesty that makes a business fucking work. You know what I mean? That fucking lying to my face, like, yeah, I'll take care of it. Then you turn around and don't know a fucking thing. You're being a waste of time and a waste of space for the company, you know? So that's important, man. It's important when you're building your team.
That's all right, man. You find a lot of people like that. You can't fault them, though. But especially in this industry, you got a lot of people coming up to you saying they could do this, that, and the third. They got this going on. It's like, you know, you got to fuck with them a little bit to see that they bullshit unless you just see right
100
through
man,
them.
and you notice it right away. Like we've been there in a few situations like that, and like you say, you can tell when it's fake and when it's real, or just
For sure.
when you know.
No, and sometimes you can't tell. Sometimes you're rolling with it and you're just like, damn, I fucked up.
Every now and then you might get hoodwinked, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bamboo.
Everybody gets a little grace. But
Get a little bamboozled.
It always
You know,
happens. Somebody.
Inspirational. We inspire motherfuckers, so trendsetters.
This
for real,
happens for
let 'em,
sure.
you know
Let
what
them
I'm saying?
keep
Let
doing
'em.
what you're doing.
Got to stay above the game.
Straight up, a lot of people not willing to take that risk and keep moving forward with whatever they create. So People don't want to play that part of the team. They want to be bigger than what they think they are.
For sure.
You know?
And that's what it is, man. It's a risk. A lot of people don't want to be there with you for the risk, but they want to be there for the reward. And it's like, man, fuck that.
And it's a long haul. Ain't no quick cash or nothing like that. You do it because you're invested and you believe in
It ain't never been that.
It's every business. That's every business.
But I think that's what I love about this industry. We have the opportunity, and you heard the conversation, especially. This is a new one for our people. How do we bring generational wealth to our people? You know, this is an opportunity. For sure, we talk about the money, but where we're still lacking, which is what Connexus does, as well as how El Kawam in 1937 lived by, are the values that we bring along when we're introducing this, when we're putting commerce to this industry. You know, like I take the values from the game, you know, because I tell people the game is still the game. And even with the licensees, it's get your team right first. And for real, honor, integrity, loyalty. You know, this is a whole new conversation that we got to have. Hopefully we want the leadership, you know, to live that. You know, and yeah, people can play that. You know, you can bullshit a little, but only for so long. Yep. But, you know, that us from the traditional market, we had to live that way with a stigma on us. You know, that like, you know, fucking, when we was teenagers, I mean, we lumped in the same category as the killers, the bangers. You know, we got people in life for fucking weed. Criminals, demons, you know, devil's lettuce. You know, so, but.
by association, you know, guilty by association.
Yeah, but now we know that's not true. Matter of fact, we are the ones that really lived with virtue. You know, coming from the traditional market, having to walk amongst killers, you know, and dope dealers and all that shit. You know, but this is the opportunity to show people that, no, the values that we had, you looked at us like we ain't shit, but no, we the real ones who take care of our people, who are going to create a whole new world, and we have these values that every human, you know, has been, you know, that's given from grace, you know, not within ourselves.
Motherfuckers who struggle, man, got a different perspective on life, you know what I'm saying? And I've met a lot of people from all different walks of life, and it just, you never know, you know, who you're going to meet or what, man. You just got to keep it genuine, you know, always. I don't know.
Yeah, nah, man, I feel you, though. Like, even myself, man, nowadays, like, I got to the point, like, I don't even worry about, like, trying to make friends or, like, how I'm perceived by people. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just do me. And, like, I don't need to talk about what I do. You know what I'm saying? To nobody, but, like, people who are around me know. You know what I'm saying? And, like, that's all I need. You know what I'm saying?
Amen. Church, you know.
You got to prove no points when you know every move you make. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and to at that point, bringing it back, because, you know, I'm the weed attorney. I've been talking this shit as soon as I got my license 3 years ago. But they're like, what the fuck is a weed attorney? You know, as soon as I started out. And honestly, it's like, motherfucker, it ain't shit. And we're creating it. Everybody who says they know, especially an attorney who says that, I know all this, I know that, fuck that. They full of shit. Of course, there's a time and place where you got to be confident when you're telling us about you're selling your skills. But like anybody who says they know it all, you know, that's bullshit. You know, I'm all for helping people. You know, if they say that I'm looking for a path, looking for a way, but when they say I know the path, the way, like, nah. You know what I mean? And if they do know it, those probably aren't the people that I want to fuck with anyways. Because they're doing, they're repeating that old bullshit.
they
I'm
do
like,
know
nah,
they ain't giving away for free.
Exactly. You know,
It's like any startup, though, you know what I'm saying? Any industry, it's like you gotta be able to adapt and roll with the punches, you know what I'm saying? And figure shit out as you go, you know? Like, otherwise you ain't gonna last in any business.
I don't know. This shit's so fucking new. This shit is so fucking new. How do you know it all when the laws are constantly changing? You know what I mean? The rules are constantly changing. So what the fuck do you mean you know it all? Like,
In life, you can't
already
get
that's a
comfortable.
shutdown.
You can't get comfortable in life. You know, you got to keep adapting at the end of the day, you know.
every day.
Exactly. Never think that you know it all. Never say you know it all, because at the end of the day, you're going to learn something new. So that's pretty dope, the movement that you guys got going. Like, man, a lot of people are in jail for this shit. So it's like, damn, that's fucked up. Like,
Still.
how are we still going through this shit? Like,
But
I'm
people
gonna
are
be honest with
making
you. What do you
millions.
guys think about that Brittany Griner situation? What's going on in Russia?
I'll go real fast. I'm on the fence with it, and I'm going to tell you why. Yeah, I think she needs to be home, right? Absolutely. Yeah, we need to get her the fuck out. But also the whole thing of going to another country and taking your shit with you, I don't know, man. I think that was just the dumbest
Hey,
fucking move.
man,
on
that's
his
what
part.
shit happens.
No,
though.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
No,
But how many
no,
times? But the excuse of, I didn't know it was there. Motherfucker, how do you lose your drugs?
But look, anybody,
You know what I mean?
from the
anybody
kids.
who goes on a domestic
I need her
flight-
back, though. No, she got to come back. She needs to get the fuck out of there. We don't want her there for 10 years.
She doesn't deserve
That's
to be
all
All
there.
I'm saying is, like, why the fuck you fuck up like that?
They talking about she gonna be able to be a coach over there and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Nah, you're lying. They didn't say that shit.
2026.
You're lying. You're lying, bro.
20 years of hard labor.
You're lying.
Football.
You're lying. That's part of her prison statement to be a fucking coach for the fucking women's fucking Russian.
They doing the
Nah.
long yard over there.
I would
some
do that
shit.
if I was there.
Nah.
That's an Adam Sandler movie right there.
At least not be in the cell all day, right?
No, but for real, she needs to be out. She needs to come back. All I'm saying is why make a
I
stupid
wasn't to the
mistake.
side.
That's it. But no, she need to be out.
Here's the thing, man. You know how many people brought weed on an airplane with them domestically without knowing it? Until
Like
afterwards?
accidentally, right?
You know
I
what I'm
always
saying?
know where my
Like,
weed
no,
is.
no, that's the
I-
same
Nah, I've
fucking
been pulled
shit.
over with some weed. Like, fuck it.
Or look at or you like,
Oh, shit, I be.
No, especially if I get stopped in Chicago with some weed, you can look. Usually they're not looking for that. You know what I'm saying? Chicago cops.
They're like, oh, that's how you got cool.
But I mean, a lot of people have done it before accidentally and like didn't even notice it and didn't get caught. Like a lot of people.
Well, I would
I've
say
been doing it on
as
purpose.
I've done it
As
too,
the-
accidentally for sure.
As the conciliary over here, I would just recommend everybody know where your shit's at. Right?
That's
Try
all
to
I'm
keep
saying.
that bitch in the trunk. Make sure it's not arm lengths, and never admit to shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know who
She
the fuck that is.
innocent.
I don't know.
That's
I didn't know.
easy. That
Don't say I
easy.
didn't know. Be like, that ain't my bag, motherfucker. I didn't know.
Hey, say that again. Keep your mouth
Shut the fuck up. That's all you gotta know. Shut the fuck up.
People get too scared by just,
Don't say shit.
Hey, so y'all remember the first time y'all smoked?
Of course,
Tell us a little story about that.
man.
Do y'all for real like during
Oh,
the first
yeah.
time? Like how high did you get? Who was it with?
High.
And when was it?
And has it been that long? Like 15 years straight, 20 years plus? Or have you had stopping
It
periods?
was-
Or like,
I let me do mine real quick because mine ain't that shit though. First time I smoked up, I was I think 15 or 16, sophomore in high school, and then I woke up 3 hours later on my boy's couch, like what the fuck, like, and that actually that's why I hated weed. I was like, oh hell, no. and that's
Overdid it.
before we knew there was a difference between sativas and indicas, you know.
Right, and you
But
smoke
it was
straight
before
indica.
weed was just weed. And that shit put me to sleep. I'm like, why the fuck? I have no problem sleeping. You know what I mean?
Why are you
My
putting me
wife
to
get mad
sleep?
at me because she'll be talking to me and I'll put my head on the pillow and I'm gone. You know what I mean? So that weed fucks me up, dude. So when I was 15, I was like, never again. I'm like, this shit's stupid. Go ahead.
What about you? Yeah.
Damn, it was fucking 1997, right? I was 12.
I was 2 years old.
Yeah. Shit, you know. I had the bag in Ricky's diapers.
They had weed back
You know what I mean? Nah, it was at my dude Hong's crib. It was my older brother. I was hanging out with my older brother and his people, and he brought me over to Hong's crib. Chinese motherfucker, we would watch kung fu movies and shit. You know, we used to be ninjas and shit. You know, my older brother got me high. You know, shout out Mario. What up, motherfucker? I know you don't smoke no more, but this is all because of you, motherfucker. In a can bong. You know, we put holes in there. And a fucking foiler. So my first time was smoking metal, smoking lead. And yeah, dog, man, I remember that's when I fucking first found time travel. You know, and my first time getting high, we left over there and I had to walk back to the crib, and I remember crossing Kimball over, and then just right there it was like a fucking, the clouds broke. It went, it was raining and shit, and then like my vision went into like fucking 4:3 Dolby shit. You know what I mean? Like it was a fucking movie. I said, what the fuck? Boom. Man, I started seeing shit in 3D. Even though shit's 3D, now I'm seeing outlines. Like, damn, different. I was here with my best friend back in the days, little Korean motherfucker, Steven Chung. I hope you're doing all right there, yo. Fucking, this motherfucker was jumping nothing over, trying to scare me, coming out bushes, and I was like, oh shit, man, we're in a fucking movie, Joe. You know, that's when I found out that we was in the motherfucking Matrix, and we have superpowers, and I've been chasing that high ever since, yo.
That was a
Have you ever
real
tried
high.
DMT, bro?
Yes, and that's a podcast for the next one, you know what I mean? But yes, all that shit. I'm with all of that.
What was you about weed?
Yeah, man, like shit. I have no idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
remember your first
I
time
remember. You know, I smoked out of fucking tinfoil, apples, cans, pop cans.
Yes,
You know
I've
what I'm
done
saying?
those too, though.
Like, you know,
2-liter
so I know
bottles.
2-liter
15
bottles, yeah.
Or
probably.
they made it a bong type.
Yeah, I think 15 probably. You know what I'm saying?
Probably
Is
about
when
the
I
same
started
age,
smoking
right?
weed. Yeah, and then
He
yeah, I've
said
been-
12.
12. But then I didn't smoke. Then when I got to high school, like the end of freshman, that's when I started smoking every day. You know, before that, I mean, I wasn't that. I was not that motherfucking guy. Okay, we just tried it at 12. I knew I liked it.
But like, what kind of shit would they give you for smoking that? Like, you know, like did they teach you that it was bad growing up, or how did you feel about weed like when you first came about it? You know what I'm saying?
You talking about my parents?
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
my
how did
parents
you-
were cool as fuck, bro. So my parents, they were always, if you want to try it, let me know. My parents had a full bar in the basement. I didn't drink alcohol until I was 20.
Yeah,
always
that's how it
a- you know
was.
what I mean?
I kind of did it was the
house
same with
and
my mom.
anywhere
My mom and
She's like,
dad.
I'd rather you do it here
Yeah.
with me and I can know you're okay and you're not going to do no stupid shit than you
my,
do it out
my mom
there.
and dad didn't drink or smoke and still don't. You know,
And
but
they're still like-
but they had a full bar in the basement. I had
crazy.
uncles that were fucking drug dealers and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like they all went through that whole legacy shit, and so it was there. And then she would always be like, "This is what happens, with if you do that drug, and this is what look at that person. That person's probably on that drug." And so to me, I was just like, "Nah, I'm all right. I'm cool. I'll play my video games."
Oh shit, my dad used to smoke, so we found like roaches and shit over there, but we never really had the conversation with my parents. Shit, I remember one time, so I have my mother's from the Philippines, my father's from El Salvador. They were never together, and since I can remember, but I had two white parents, right? Carla and Brian. I remember like we stay at my dad's crib. And I remember one time my brother called me like, "Hey, yo, man, Ma found your squares." I'm like, "Fuck." I was like fucking 10, 11 years old, something like that. Fucking we go to the crib, her and Brian, they're like, "Okay, you motherfuckers want to smoke?" It was me, my brother, and my brother's best friend Jason, and they had to. They bought like a carton of Reds and a carton of Newports. Try to be those cool motherfucking parents. Like, okay, we're gonna sit here and smoke this shit until y'all sick. So of course, my mom made Brian's ass try to smoke, and that motherfucker can't hang with us. So we smoked the fucking shit out of cigarettes and been smoking for 20-something years, but we never had that conversation about drugs. That was all my peers, my older brother, everybody over there, and and I'm from the north side, so like, it's the drug community is pretty well kept, so you can find, as soon as I get one thing, it was boom, boom, boom. Not that weed's a gateway drug, because I don't believe that shit, you know what I mean, but access is access, and I would just learn from the older heads.
How was your family about it? Like, how did they feel about the weed situation?
Yeah, I mean, my family,
going that route
they
and
wasn't
kind of
wasn't down with it. I was always like the black sheep of my family, you know what I'm saying, for everything in my life, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. At the same time, I always excelled in everything that I did too. So like, it never really mattered to me what they thought. I just always did whatever I wanted to do. So
You said, but I'm making money though. Can't nobody tell me shit when I got, you know what I'm saying? Pocket
Taking
full of
care of
stacks.
business and shit. Most definitely. That's dope.
That's crazy.
Y'all got a first time? We're gonna hear the Packkingz first time? Getting high? Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, what was
I
that
think
like?
That's more like, man, I was young. I was like 14 maybe. And I smoked in the back of my big homie's Cadillac. And I was high as shit. I thought I was seeing shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, couldn't walk home type shit. Homie had to walk me home. Shit, like, funny shit, like,
Nice.
getting hungry as hell. My mom ain't like that shit at all, single
Yeah.
mother. She didn't want me to,
Family,
adapt to
right?
that
That's what I'm
society,
saying.
you know what I'm saying? She wanted me to take a different route. So, once I started smoking, I thought I was cool or something. But then I learned more about it and I learned how to appreciate it more than I learned how to abuse it. You know what I'm saying? So, it just comes with the way that you try to look at things and the way you try to live your life, So sometimes, like, in the Chicago community, you grow up a certain type of way and you don't learn how to cut off, like, bad habits, and you have to learn how to cut bad habits in order for you to want to progress, and that comes to the same thing that you guys said, like, playing your role. Like, you can't play your role and not expect to change. Like, you have to learn how to adapt to a situation and learn what comes with the game, because at the end of the game, like, hey, that shit's gonna come shicey, but run with it, like, run with your feelings, do what you gotta do, like, adapt to every situation, make the best out of it. So that's the same movement that y'all got. Like, you guys had to adapt to a situation that y'all had. You know, a lot of laws changed, and you guys tried to make the best of it. You know.
Yeah, man. When you saying that, it brings me back because my mom didn't like it. When she found out I was 15, first time she found that I was getting smoking weed, because when I got arrested, and I remember that 15 years old, I was seeing my mom's face, when she came over, because she got me instead. Like, they didn't get in time. Like, they wouldn't release me to my brother because he was underage. And, yeah, that shit broke my heart. Yeah, that was fucked up. Because I never gangbang, never, of course, been a little shithead, when I was a fucking teenager. But, like Ambrose, I went to Lane, I was smart. Education was big. I'm an attorney, I'm studious, but I like weed. And I knew, it hurt my mom. And that's why I think now, giving back is such a big part of it, because I wanted to say, hey, Ma, even though I was fucking up when I was a teenager and doing this, and yeah, it was bad, and getting in trouble with the law, and looked at this, but we're doing it because it was good. It's for something better. So yeah, I think that was.
So like for the 1937 group, and as far as laws changing, and you's adapting to them, like what you's got coming, or like do you have anything planned as far as like with all the new stuff that you've got lined up, like licenses that
what are some of the couple of the like ventures you guys are saying that you were involved in?
Yeah, so I mean, so we've got multiple licenses, cultivation, retail. We're working with other license winners to grow earlier rather than later. So that's exciting. We got a lot going on the retail space and the cultivation and some cool partnerships that we're looking at. That like once we announce, people are gonna be like, oh my God, like top of the top, So, yeah, we're working on multiple brands right now. So that's exciting. Got a number of different things. Just engaging the community with different things like, this video series that we just shot called Rolling with Pacckingz, right? And then, the other thing is just like, actually this is probably one of the biggest things is our not-for-profit called the 1937 Foundation. So that's something that we just launched, and, I'm really excited about that. We just won a grant for almost $800,000 to kind of support, all the efforts of this program.
Congrats.
Yeah. So ultimately, I'm saying it just comes from, like, the idea for the program is just, like, born, like, from within, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, like, based off of, like, just the fact, like earlier, like, when I say, heck, I don't even remember the first time I smoked. Like, there's a lot of things I don't remember. And I remember I used to always blame it on weed. I used to be like, I never stopped smoking, but it's like, I used to always believe that my memory got like fucked up from smoking too much weed, right? But look, here's the thing though. What I realized was later on, I started learning a little bit more about different things, and I realized it's really just like a reaction to trauma. You know what I'm saying? That I've had in the past. That like that causes you to like your coping mechanism is forgetting
for sure.
PTSD ain't no joke, bro.
It extends to like all types of things, and so like that's one of the things I realized, and like just the idea of traumatic events and like through violence and things like that, like that's what our foundation's like main platform is dealt with, like bringing awareness and services and to help address people who have experienced like violence-induced trauma, and it's like a circular thing that it causes, in our community.
Yeah, what's actually dope about this is we have the 1937 Foundation that we started last year, and we're hoping we just won the $800,000 grant for that. I also started another foundation called the Viewfinder, and that one's for children, to teach them about photography, videography, podcasting, and stuff like that, to get them, and they're going to be in a Latino neighborhood. I'm trying to get them in the back of the yards. We're going to try to hit Broadview,
That's my area right there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to hit the minority areas, where we grew up, and no one told us about that shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly where I grew
And then we have another foundation. So all three of us got one. So go ahead, Jay. Tell them yours.
Well, I'm also on Connections. We're doing something else, but I also sit on nonprofit doing reentry services for every. It's called Courageous Convictions, and but most recently too, I'm also part of these R3 recipients, which is what it came from tax revenue for cannabis. So it's only natural that we're we're going to use that money to do good. So we're doing legal aid at CGG Law Partners. That's my law firm that we do all kinds of, any kind of legal work, anything for. I'm the first attorney in my family and friends, so I have to do everything. You know what I mean? That costs whatever. So that's what CGG is, and we got some of that money to do a legal aid program, and it's in Albany Park in Uptown. A lot of immigrants, a lot of Latinos over there, and this campaign is called Know Your Rights, Know Your Worth. So historically, black and brown people, I mean, even, our brown people, your rights, we have a closer relationship with citizenship than a lot of Americans don't have. And, for the black community, so our rights are, for the black community, we know historically that they didn't even qualify as human beings, right. With the property, with 3/5, with Jim Crow, with I'm a Man, with now Black Lives Matter. So our thing is let people know what legally that they have, like, with the same thing, what it says, be able to understand that simple form. But maybe that'll be a dope base where then we can address violence or addressing our trauma, that know what I'm worth. Cool, at least there's no reason why. This is how I can have same protection as whites or whoever, and then from there, hopefully that might be enough for people to say, let me start carrying myself because law isn't just crime. It's like, know your worth, you should open up a business, or how to negotiate a contract, or enforce your rights as a landlord, when people are taking advantage of you or something like that,
right.
So
there should be places where people.
Yeah, and ideally, we're starting in Albany Park in Uptown on the north side, because that's where I'm from. But eventually, I want to do this everywhere. CGG is, for everybody.
I know personally, this is the second time that I've heard people starting foundations and getting grants and being able to help people and establish things like that. So, like, y'all are really like the second, third, fourth people to talk about that. So,
but like really big doing.
Y'all got my wheels turning, man. Man, for real, man. Like,
I think that's what we should do.
What neighborhood you live in, bro?
Back of the yards.
Oh shit! I got you, homie. I have you put into this group that I got. There you go.
Yeah, I think because it's gonna take us. It's gonna take us.
People
and
who understand.
People who belong in the neighborhood, from the neighborhood.
People
who look just like us. Yep. You know what I mean? It's just nature. It has to. And there's resources out there. There's a few, but more than anything, one thing I've learned is, because that's how we linked. Why I really like 1937 group and Ray and Ambrose is, we're gonna make a whole bunch of money, but let's have conversations how we can change the world for the better, and actually have a chance to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's
being able to give an opportunity to somebody else so they can make their family eat and you can eat too. Like, that's amazing, and everybody wants to keep growing. So that's dope, bro.
What was that quote from the Biggie movie? How can you change the world before you change yourself? Something like that.
Straight up.
Did you go to Chavez or did you go to Seward?
I know, man. You know what? Going back to smoking and all that.
Hey, he just asked you something, bro.
Yeah.
Neither. The last school I went to was Columbia.
College?
No, I'm talking about elementary.
Oh, okay.
As far as my upbringing and being like in the back of the yards and whatnot. Man, in the third grade, fourth grade, I was already, skipping school, joining this, you know what I'm saying, and really getting into that lifestyle. So my parents seen that immediately. I'm first generation. My dad came over here, picking fruit, and finally, got himself established and this and that, and was able to get me through school, all this. But so he took me out, and I was able to really see a different perspective in life. Be able to walk my dog and go to school, play sports, not have to work, and attempt to go to college. But I had to drop out because I realized, I need money, and hopefully one day my kids will do that. But I think you were talking about something like that, like generational shit, like that truly means something. Like, because one of my friends showed me a book of their history, and they could go back like 100 years, and their family and their family's family is rich, established and everything. Like, that all goes hand in hand. Like, that shit takes time, and then, what I'm saying, you got to play your part to not only do it for yourself, but do it for the next generation.
And one thing I like about 1930, one thing that's dope about meeting you guys and us having, come on, this is crazy, we've known each other for a few days. We're men from Chicago. I'm a little older, 37, but for us to just be able to open up like that, usually takes a little more smoking and drinking before we get to this level of, respect and, just really what really drives us. And that's why I like these guys too, because like one thing we say over here at Uncle is nunca solo, siempre junto. You know, because, like, you know, us first generation, you know, I can only go back one. But, you know, with guys like this and what this industry allows, I mean, because it's fucking weed, so we're going to have some fucking fun. You can really test somebody when we're getting high and they know each other. But, like, my family is growing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I consider these dudes my brothers. You know, like, they know my best friend. They've been to my family things. You know what I mean? Even when my fucking, you know, we all gone through some shit in the last year or whatever with deaths in the family and shit. And, you know, we're building that too, of course, and we're doing good business. We got mad skills. But that's what this opportunity is for weed. You know what I mean? That's why we be picky who we can. But we can all be fam when we in rotation and breaking bread and laughing and fucking making music and fucking falling in love and shit. Why the fuck wouldn't we be a bigger fam? You know what I mean?
I don't know,
So that's
man.
the kind of shit.
The other thing too, on top of that though, man, I just say, man, I only like to talk about real shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like I'm not. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm not like a real sociable person. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Just like chilling for the most part. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like when I talk, you know what I'm saying? It's like certain topics that I like people to know that, you know what I'm saying, I represent, you know?
Closed mouth don't get fed.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I feel you 100%. Motherfuckers, loudest person in the room is usually, you know what I'm saying, the weakest. Or not even that, just.
I don't know. It's just because, like, I don't know. I can't fucking shut the fuck up sometimes. I don't even supposed to be.
Why you call him out like that?
That was a shot.
Why you call him out like that?
That was a shot. He looked dead at you. You know, sometimes.
you feel like you're antisocial because of the maybe you got trauma that you haven't really talked about. So it's like sometimes you're just like, I'm kicking it. You feel me? So I'd rather be quiet before I speak.
Man. It's not that. It's just like, you know what I'm saying. Everybody's different. You know what I'm saying.
Trust me, I understand.
There's nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm saying.
Bro.
It's just like, you know, it's just like, okay, you know, on top of that, I got this mentality where it's like, I don't need a whole lot of friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I just
keep
need
it to a
people
minimum.
that, you know what I'm saying, know how to take care of business, right? And so it's like I don't have a need to like just be out talking to people and just trying to make a bunch of friends. It just doesn't suit my needs.
Yeah, of course.
You got to remember, you got to keep your circle, you know, your radius, right? There's many circles in your life, right? There's the outside circle, other people's, your wives, your girls, your boyfriends, you know, those circles, right? But when it comes to business, you got to be real picky because those are the ones you can choose. You can't choose your family, man. You know what I mean? You can't choose your girl's family or your dude's family or anything like that. Those are yours, whether you like it or not, you know? But it's that business circle, and that's what Ambrose is saying. Like,
because you're gonna network with
you
a
know,
lot of people,
yeah.
man, and you can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't always tell people the sauce or let people know exactly what you're doing.
yeah,
You know?
but going with
what I'm saying?
that too, there are people that we try to talk to, try to fuck with, you know, try to understand. And before we got a license, they didn't even want to look at us. You know what I mean? They just gave us a cold ass shoulder if they even wanted to give us that.
That's Chicago, man.
You know, but then the moment they found out who 1937 is, they found out who we were. They're like, "Hey, how you doing?" It's like,
That doesn't bother me, man.
like,
It doesn't even
that's a
bother me.
compliment.
It doesn't bother me, man.
Let me bring
there
it
you
back.
I
are.
don't care, bro. It doesn't
Let me
even
bring
matter.
it back because I don't want people to get it confused or get us fucked up. I said family, not friends. You know what I mean? I be friendly, but not friends. Very few friends with very few motherfuckers. But I'm talking about family. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
but at the
Like,
same time,
I don't even see it in that much. But you know, when the time comes, I'm gonna be able to sit down with them and we're gonna talk.
yeah.
You know what I
At
mean?
the same
Because then there's
time-
other people like, yo, we don't fuck with them.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I was just gonna say at the same time, but you always gotta carry yourself with respect. You know what I'm saying? Respecting other people too.
Absolutely.
You
Always.
know what I'm saying? Like that goes a long way too. You
That's a
know.
big problem of mine, man. I trust first, and sometimes that's not the best thing to do.
Yeah, I love.
just gotta
first
let
trust.
somebody
Yeah,
show
love,
what you.
love,
You
love
just
when I
gotta see
trust
what they're gonna give you. That's it, bro. And that's it. Once they show what they're gonna show, then you'll actually be able to know what
And then you
a
gotta
value.
trust
You get
it,
a face
yeah.
value from it now. That's it.
What's Packkingz? You know, how is it affiliated with 1937 Club? How'd you guys come about? You know, the partnership.
Yeah. So we actually have a separate company that we created that owns all of our IP, our intellectual property, all of our brands. You know, does all of the licensing deals on behalf of our entities, right? So KVL International is the name of that, which is also doing the flower ball, right? But basically, Packkingz is one of the leading brands that we're developing, right? It's gonna be our flower brand that we launch, you know what I'm saying, early next year. And you know, we're just kind of like building the concept right now, but it's something we're real excited about. The idea being that it focuses on flower that has like unique terpene profiles or high terpene percentages, right?
Yeah.
Right, and like unique type of strains from that angle, right? And so like that's kind of the thing, focus around terpenes and terpkings, and then there's like a whole kind of unique like creative artistic component to the branding and the products that I'm like that's in development that I'm really excited about. But what I'm saying, I can't share too much about that right now, but there's a lot of
You can
shit.
tell them about rolling with the
So
turkey.
you'd be like,
You can tell them a little about rolling with the
You
turkey.
consider yourself like an agency then, like you really trying to establish all that to.
Yeah,
brand.
it's
Bring
gonna be a
all
house
that
of
to-
brands.
So that's gonna be a house
Yeah.
brand. Okay. dope.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
dope.
it's gonna be
That's
under
what's up, bro.
KVL.
That's
Excited
super
for that.
dope.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Congrats.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of those brands will be released at the KVL International Flower Ball. And along with the fashion show, we'll have stuff going out there. We're hoping you guys are going to be out there for the
Oh,
fucking
nah, we
show.
would love that.
That
That'd
would
be
You know,
super-
amazing.
We got a couple
Yeah,
podcasts
They're
that
gonna
are
do
going to be
a
set up.
podcast right from the expo.
So y'all got to be there at the
That'd be
expo,
lit.
man. So for y'all listening
You're
and
gonna
watching,
show out. You're gonna want to come to our
Pat,
booth.
PaccGang's going to be live.
Witness.
Yeah, PaccGang's going to be
You're
live.
gonna show out. Show out.
KVL Flower Ball,
Stay tuned.
November 5th.
Hey, that'd be lit on that KV.
Yeah, that event's
Yeah,
from
that's
12:30
amazing.
till about 12:30. So it's about 12-hour long event. And we're having about 4 different podcast groups coming out
Oh, that'd be
that
dope.
are going to be, hitting about 90 minutes each.
Okay.
That's
So
super
I know
dope.
we talked about it. I'm hoping, we
yeah,
sign
yeah,
that
for
contract and you guys come through, man, and fucking you got 90 minutes out there.
No, that'd be love.
dope.
You know?
That'd be super dope.
That's a nice opportunity.
Yeah.
And if we're able to get that, then we appreciate that much.
Yeah, so we got the
Cover
runway
we
show.
should be able to cover the whole KVL. We have.
Yeah, we got runway show. We got the 4 different podcast groups. We got a bunch of local artists that are going to be sending out on the floor. We got our host. We got 92.3 that's going to be there.
some big,
We got
DJ
DJ
Ferris.
Neffits,
big brands.
DJ Ferris.
We got some big
like,
brands from
shit.
Cali, bro.
Yeah,
Like
just
some
come in.
real
we
big
got some brands from Cali
But
coming
we're
in.
not gonna
Hey, that's
say
gonna be
them
fun
yet.
for Chicago, bro, man. Y'all better.
So
y'all
where
better
can people
share
stay
your
up to
shit.
date with the KVL Flower
Where
Ball?
can we?
can
Yeah, where
find
can we
That's a
find
great
us?
question, sir.
No, my bad. Nah, so where could my people, like, where could everybody find, to stay up to date with the KVL for the
Sure,
ball?
there's
You
gonna be a
know,
website
like,
or something for it, right?
isn't there a link on some of your pages and stuff? or-
IG is what we usually, we're real active on. So I just say, look up KVL _ international, and then just hit the follow button. You'll see everything that's going on with the flower ball. Outside of that, also hit us up on IG at the 1937 group. Follow us. You just see.
Heard it from the man himself.
That's like kind of the parent company over everything. So you'll be able
to
see
find
what-
everything
what-
underneath
what-
that,
everything-
whatever you
everything
start
that we're
working
doing,
on.
you'll be able to see a little piece of it. You can look further.
So that way
Yeah.
you stay up to date with all different projects that you have
Yeah,
coming.
the 1937 group is Mama Daddy. You know what I mean?
For sure,
It's
it's
the parent group of everything, bro. Yeah,
No doubt, it's
so,
better said.
Packkingz official also has its own IG, KVL _ international, El Coam. You can hit that one up. And again, just follow us and we'll hit you back up on that one, bro, and tag you back and any photos, pictures, everything. Get the information for KVL. If you want to look at Eventbrite and look up KVL, you'll find
They're
you'll
all
find
for
our
sale
tickets
now,
there.
right? Tickets
Tickets
are
went
for
on
sale.
sale today.
Oh man,
This
awesome.
Monday. So yeah,
Dope.
we're ready, man.
You can just go right to Eventbrite, search KVL Flower Ball.
Yep.
Pop
Man,
right
KVL Flower Ball on
Shit, you gotta come
Eventbrite.
out,
Make sure
man.
y'all go check it out, man. No cap. Get your tickets now before they're sold out, man.
First 100 to buy will have peace of mind that you're going to one of the hottest things in 2022.
Hey, that's already a free
No,
gift.
and
there.
you know what? I'm
no
glad you
cap.
even said that. We have different levels of it too, man. Because you know how hot fashion shows are, right? And then we're already telling you all these brands that are going to be there. So there's tickets for the VIP that's going to be up in the mezzanine. We're going to have a VIP front row for the fashion show. So I mean, it's dope, man. So if you're going to buy your tickets, you want to hurry up and jump on the right one that you're interested in getting.
Yo, if you don't want to miss out, for
Right?
real.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely,
we're
guys don't
gonna
want to
have
miss
get
out on
ours,
that.
too.
Hey, you mentioned real quick. You mentioned El Coam, but I don't think you really talked too much about like,
About
right,
what El
is-
Coam?
Well, yeah, what do they
cool.
do?
Heard
Like,
that
what do they?
name,
What do you
heard
guys?
that.
Right, I was about to say, what is El Coam?
All right, go ahead, Jal. Let you throw that one out there, bro.
That's me, Hefe, right here.
right.
Like I said, okay.
All right, go ahead.
Well, El Coam stands for El Colectivo Americano, right? And that again, this is also pure legally, it's a holding company. It's an entity, like I said, the parent company. And what El Coam, El Colectivo Americano, is the name of this entity. It's a startup cannabis organization that is being Latino-led, Latinx led, and but here really to tell the story, not only be a part of the a player, a producer, a retailer, distributor, whatever, but to carry the Latino story, that is unique, that has been absent, in this regulated cannabis industry. And it's also values, because one thing that I say, how we succeed in this, especially for the little guys, because the MSOs, which is multi-state operator, and the people who've made money off of it, they've made it up. They're working together to block new entrants so they can keep their position, keep making money. So collectively, though, is one thing that we value, with this next venture that we're doing. And, it's also part of a movement. It's an opportunity to tell the story that hasn't been there because the Latino intersection of cannabis and prohibition is unique.
Stand together, spread the knowledge, and you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But, that's the poetic side. I'm going to give it to my CEO over here to give us more of the little structure, little projects, and little vision for it.
That was awesome, right? That was beautiful, right? That's why I always have them start that. But no, El Coam right now, there's a couple projects that we do have coming up. We have a couple outside of the city and in the city as well. Follow our page so that you can be up to date with it. I really can't say much about it, but hopefully everything in the next 3 months will be coming into fruition, and hopefully see you guys there, man.
Salud, man.
So, cheers to that bad boy. Yep. But follow us on IG, El Coam, El Colectivo Americano. Either one of those, you'll hit us up. We'll be right there. I'm the one running it, so I'm going to add you guys back and answer any questions, bro. So
make sure you should hit that too, for sure.
Mind if I plug Connexus too?
Yeah,
Connexus USA is the nexus of cannabis, and one thing that Connexus, one thing we do is we are developing the relationship between cannabis, culture, and commerce. One thing. So we help individuals and new entrants into this regulated market, or all the ancillary service providers. Hey, straight up, I'm the cannabis consigliere. What I tell people is, look, if you got your people together, you know what I mean. You do things right. You got a good head on you. You have some sort of offering, some sort of service, some sort of skill. Put a little weed on top, extra premium, feed your people, and have more of a good time with it. But Connexus will help you with all of that. All right, Connexus.USA.
Check them out too, for sure. Connexus.USA.
Hey,
Not only about the Mexican culture, but the Latino culture, but changing like the weed culture itself, man. Because Chicago weed culture in general, the legal dispensaries and everything is just too official, man. They're bogus. They're just
horrible. It's
how is Michigan doing it better than us, man? Like something's got to change. You know what I mean? Like somebody's got to do it better, man. They got to have a lot.
Well, Michigan was really good at going out to the legacy market and bringing their weed into the dispensary.
And that's who's doing better actually right now.
Yeah, and that's why Michigan has mad respect, bro.
For sure. Yeah. That's crazy how they're doing that though.
Yeah, we need to get.
What is that you wanted to show, man?
Nah, man. I was just like, we was doing some shout outs, and it's like, man, I was like, let me shout out just some of the people whose weed we smoking tonight.
Oh, yes, shout out to weed for sure.
Shout out to the Connects.
I was thinking about it, though. I was
Shout
like,
out my Connect. He said, should I?
I was like, you ever notice though, like this thing, how it's like when it comes to money, and like the more money you have, like once you get to a certain level, it's like money and status, like you get more shit for free. Yes. You ever notice that? Like the less money means to you, the more shit you get for free. You know what I'm saying? When you get to that level. And I was just thinking like, oh yeah, it's kind of like the same thing, right? And once you're in the game here, it's like normally you got to buy weed. You got to be like, oh, looking for the best shit. But like nowadays, it's like, you know what I'm saying? People just come to you with the best shit. Like, okay, let me see this. Let me test that.
What they say is the best.
Hold on.
Yeah. So we get a lot of good shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as an example, Faded Farms, man. We fuck with them.
For sure. I fuck with them too, for sure.
Yeah, we fuck with them hard.
Shout out Faded Farms, for sure. We had them on the show before too, man. No doubt. They're dope ass people.
Man, you know who I fuck with? I heard this nigga Packkingz doing this thing, real hard too. So.
Let him hit
it. So shout out to Packkingz. I was gonna get them, man.
We were gonna say it, bro.
Shout out to 3 trees _ education. Shout out to them. I smoked one of their little pre-rolls a little earlier.
It was dope too. Nice. You smoked that to the head, right?
No, but we had Faded Farms.
He liked it. That means it's good if you smoke a whole joint through, no cat.
You passed that shit.
Right? He enjoyed it. He enjoyed that.
But no, Faded Farm showed a lot of love when they came on, man. They had a lot of good smoke on their shit.
All right, they had look at their weed in general. I had the zombie breath. That was fire.
Yeah, Zombie's good.
The little bear logo.
And the Starburst. And we had the Starburst
Sure,
too.
Ripple right here. So like nice little dessert terp type of strain.
They be having some gas.
Yeah, for sure.
But also another quick spot. No, we didn't really get into it either. But Ambrose mentioned that we have like this show that we just released. Right, we released one show, another episode's gonna come out on Thursday. On Rolling with the Packkingz. And it's very educational, man. I mean, you get to meet a lot of the big hitters that are coming in Chicago or that are in Chicago, and we have two hosts that have been hosting it with Ness and B, Natalie B, and they've been holding it down for us, and they're doing great, man. So season 1's already kicked off. Episode's 1 already there. Thursday we'll have episode 2. Okay. You can follow it on YouTube.
Tune in.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Sure, yeah, something to tap into, man. Rolling with the Packkingz. I'll
You-
definitely
you-
check it out.
You know, you said
I'll be
something.
checking that out for sure.
You said something though. You said it's educational, right?
It
And
is,
I
man.
never thought about that, but you know what? You're 100% right, man. Like,
And
I
it's
wasn't intent
entertaining.
really, but like it's actually very educational. And on top of that, it brings you into like it from different people's perspectives, like, you know what I'm saying, like in whole different fields, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they tell their story on how they got to where they're at or what they wanted to do, or you know what I mean. It's dope, man. It's dope. I'm sitting there recording like this guy back there, and I'm over there learning like, oh shit.
There's this guy that's a muralist that does like the biggest muralists for all throughout the country, the biggest and best murals, man. It's like
graffiti, paint.
Yeah.
no, like the big things, like Gucci pays him to fucking do big ass things. Like
Oh, he's doing like big shit.
Shout out Menace, 72 and 10,
Shout 'em out.
Darius
Shout 'em out.
Dennis.
Shout out.
Hey, yo, one of Chi-Town's illest, born and bred from the north side. They got him scholastically. Yo, they think they got him spastically, but yo, they are not ready for what comes after he and we get together. Shout out to motherfucking Darius Menace, 72 and 10. Up with the Packkingz, rolling with the Packkingz. Motherfucking Chicago shit. Shout out to motherfucking PaccGang, Packkingz, because I'm smoking this fucking donut thing right here. Dude, this was a hit the other day.
appreciate it. Oh,
We
yeah,
went
that
out
big
to,
one,
shout out to fucking 93 Boys, Vic Mess in Tokyo. We was out there. They had a dope-ass event in the city for their launch party, and they did it good. But on God, love, real recognize real. Fucking good ones got to recognize good one, game recognize game. Pulled these motherfuckers out, they were like, damn, what the fuck is the Pack-Gang? Because they have the dope filters and shit. Yo, this shit is amazing, bro. This was a hit all night. I swear to God. That's a good tester, too.
Do
Can we
custom
fucking
orders,
smell
too.
some-
However you want them, man.
Hey, this shit is fucking fire. I'm smoking out gross peanut butter breath.
That's the way he wanted the peanut butter bread mix.
you get to zoom on that motherfucker.
That shit's so fire, bro.
Hey, so how'd you hear about us?
All right, so 1937 group, so the first time we heard about y'all was the Faded Farms.
Oh, yeah?
And then they were telling us something that they might have planned with you and just to be on the lookout,
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So that's when
Yeah.
we started looking
All
deep
right.
into y'all, And when we started looking deep into y'all, it was like I started seeing what it was, and I started telling bro, like, man, there's someone we should have on because of what they're doing.
No,
It's the
for
same
real.
type of
Yeah,
movement.
he was.
It's the same type of vibe that we're it's the same type of shit that we're doing when they're pushing like smaller brands or smaller companies or stuff like that. And that's what we've been doing, like as far as giving someone a platform.
It's the
giving
ideas
anyone
to
a
an
platform around us.
like to state,
So
like,
like
y'all
sell
really
whatever
doing
they're
it, man.
selling. Obviously, we ain't got it, or they're promote something that we ain't doing. Like whether it be rap, whether it be clothing, whether it be like we've had clothing brands on that something that we don't do, a different kind of clothing, a different style of fashion.
And then I said that like y'all the second people that I know that we both heard that were doing the foundation things that so piqued our interest.
And that's when he was like, "Damn, they're really pushing something like that forward." So that's someone
Dope.
That's someone we inspire to be. My front rows, bro.
Man, you could see the oil burning this rosin, bro.
Right, hit it. You
Nah, I'm not smoking, man. I'm driving these foods. I'm cool. Yeah, hell, man, it took me an hour to get here, bro. I ain't driving here high as fuck. You crazy.
Fuck yeah.
Crazy.
It took me an hour.
Hey, bro, say I'm smoking a little bit.
And I'll be honest, I had to drive because these guys usually drive. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, I'll take one for the team. I'll drive this time.
Tonight.
The donut's about to open right now.
We appreciate. Consume responsibly. Shout out to the.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, you got to be responsible, bro. You got to have that one boy who's willing to just fucking
drive sober or get pulled.
You got to have that one guy who's willing to watch the joint just pass him. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Gotta be a gotta let everybody kick you a little bit.
That's me. Hey, he's like, that's me. They're talking about me finally.
I'm sure everybody here knows their limits. Like I know all of us. Ain't never no time where I'm going home, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But still, you know, we can't. I didn't know what to expect. You know, we was chilling out there the other day, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta be ready to fucking get down with the PaccGang on Monday.
And that's what we said.
Trying to get pretty, like,
Yeah, that's what we
water, make sure I
said.
ain't.
One of us need to be sober.
Somebody gotta be sober because these motherfuckers
Non-stop.
I'm high as fuck off these bombers. These
But it's
fucking
mild though. We can
donuts.
I can turn it up a little bit more. Like, the edible destroyed me. I'm sorry. I apologize, man, for real.
We match heavy, man.
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Bro, old school smoker. He's smoking spliffs. He was putting weed. He was putting weed and tobacco. I wasn't gonna call him out, bro. But he been doing it all day. A little bit of weed, a little bit of tobacco. He's like a
little bit of angel dust.
Yeah, tobacco, weed, old school joints. He just flipped low.
Nigga, 1937.
Yeah. It's from 1937 when they first started smoking. The Jamaican style, you hear me? Straight spliffs.
What are you talking about, officer? This is tobacco.
Shout out New York City, man. That's spliff status.
Yeah, so you know my secret sometimes.
Y'all been seeing that one guy? He's like a comedian. He's like, don't ever disrespect me looking like us.
Yes.
Like
Oh, yeah, the New Yorker.
Oh, that yo, D, that's you right there. Yes, get him.
That was funny.
Crazy.
I had to call it.
He's got that going Joe Byron, right? Yeah. He's the one that got that dude, yeah.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
That's the train when they get on.
Yeah.
In New York. Bing bong.
You got a lighter? That lighter?
No, guys, but thanks for having us out here, man.
I appreciate you coming
Definitely
out,
worth
man.
the drive.
I really appreciate the love.
Hey,
y'all coming out and checking us out, man.
A lot of the education, the knowledge that y'all spread out, y'all spit y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that it's gonna be able to go out there and other people are gonna learn and look y'all up and see y'all movement.
I understand what you're
learn.
pushing and
You know
what
what
you
I'm
got
saying?
going
Yeah.
on, what you are looking for and stuff like that. Going
Thanks,
forward.
man. Mad love, bro. All right, boys, man. Thank you very much for inviting us, bro. We appreciate it.
Again, thank y'all for your time. Again, if y'all want to tag yourselves on the way out, man, we appreciate you.
Peace.
Don't forget to follow us on all those IGs, bro. All of them.
Don't forget to buy some tickets. We're going to have the URLs, everything tagged and everything
Oh,
else.
yeah, especially for that ball coming up. Don't miss that November 5th.
Thank you for tuning
Oh,
in
there's
to
only a
another
few
episode
VIP seats left because I'm finna get mine. He got his already.
tonight.
So be cool and get yours soon, man.
Hey, we appreciate you tapping in with the PaccGang.
I'm sure y'all hear a couple radio shout outs about the event on the 92. What is it, 92.3?
Oh, yeah, man.
And,
Man's going to be super Chicago.
And thank you for tuning in again, man. All right, y'all. Rickyjames, bitch, 46. You can hit me up on Instagram.
A la familia sobre todo, wey.
At Packkingz 3rd. And everybody go ahead and tag y'all home.
At the 1937 group and at KVL_international.
And they responding.
Yes, you can hit me up at Ray_done_by_design on IG, and also done.by.design. I got both of those, and of course you can hit us up at El Coam. So you can find up El Coam or El Colectivo Americano. Either one of those IG, we got you.
Peace, Jason, the weed attorney. Connexus.USA on IG. That's CANNEXUS.USA. For anything to do with weed, but if you got a legal need, just hit me, 773-600-0780.
It's going to be a lot of promotion.
Understand that they actually respond to all the messages, and that's them behind them pages.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all, man. We out.
Hey, appreciate y'all for tapping in with the PaccGang.
Hey, man, once again, dude, PaccGang, thank you very much.
Love, man.
Look, we got packs, we got gats, we got whole gang of pushes. Don't think shit sweet, you'll feel this pain, just some dirty looking. You pocket watching, bet you feel this pocket rocking. Hit your noggin, family crying, they can't see you